Here we go now. A case of beer, some barbecue. There's no doubt that I'm better than you. With these looks and these
Check.
moves,
Testing 1, 2.
you can't blame me for being so rude. The land of the red, white, and blue will be my home till the day I die. I'm every lady's fantasy. I'm the American guy. The trailer park is where I'm from. You better believe I have about 27 guns. Baseball games, pickup trucks. I'm leagues above you other dumb schmucks. I'm from where the women are hot and the Twinkies are deep fried. And every day I pledge allegiance to God and country. I'm the American guy.
Happy Friday, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another episode of the Filsinger Games Fan Podcast. That's right, another episode. This is episode number 125 for January 29th, 2021. This is the Filsinger Games Fan Podcast, the podcast that invested all its stimulus check money in shares of GameStop. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. It is great to have you here. We've got an interesting show today, and so let's get into it. First, we want to thank all the wonderful Patreon patrons, the folks who make this show possible and the other shows from Saturday Morning Media. Some of you listening right now are patrons, and it is deeply, deeply appreciated. Thank you so much for being a patron. I really, really appreciate it. Well, let's get into the news. Let's get started and get into the news. And the news is that there really is no news. The Filsinger Games Perennial happened a week ago tomorrow. It happened last Saturday. And there really hasn't been a lot of news since. Now, the Filsinger Games website was briefly updated with a story, a post about the news and some artwork from the Perennial that was the stuff that was shown at the Perennial that we showed you last week. But that post was immediately taken down, and as of press time right now, hasn't reappeared. It may reappear right now. I don't know. I'm not over at the website, but I'm sure it'll probably pop up again soon. But the other interesting, it's not really news, but the other interesting thing was at the Perennial, they talked about the new Ringside companion that will be coming out hopefully some point this year. And there is a thread about the Ringside companion, and they are kind of like, if you have ideas or suggestions for the upcoming Ringside companion, go check out that thread on the official Filsinger Games board and chime in with your 2 cents on what should be in there, what different things the Ringside companion have, because they are looking at that thread and they are like kind of checking it out, and if there's something that gets a big response, it'll probably wind up in the Ringside companion. So go check it out. Other than that, there's not really any news. So there's nothing news-wise for me to say. So we will move on to the topic for this week. And I was thinking about the topic for this week, and it is very, very popular on these Filsinger Games podcasts to go back and look at old Champions of the Galaxy newsletters. Now, I didn't want to tread that same path, but I wanted to just take a look at, and we're not going to really break this down a lot, but we're just going to check this out. When I first got involved, became a fan, not involved, but became a fan of Champions of the Galaxy, I was frantic. I wanted to find everything I could possibly find about this. This was about 98, 99. And I was just consuming everything. If it was something Champions of the Galaxy, Filsinger Games related, I wanted it. I wanted to be part of it. And in those early days, I was really into collecting bootlegs. And at the time, there was a magazine called Champions of the Galaxy Next Generation Newsletter. Now, this was sort of it was very similar to the Promoter Prime, or not Promoter Prime, the GWF Promoter, which was sort of the newslettery like newsletter that that Filsinger Games would send out. Now, this Champions of the Galaxy Next Generation was a fan-created thing, and let me tell you, it's actually pretty sweet. It's a pretty sweet layout, and we're going to go through some of the pages here. Now, if you are listening to this on audio, you can click over to watch the YouTube video to see some scans of these pages of this magazine, of this newsletter. Also, once this episode goes up, I will put a PDF of this magazine in the show notes for this episode, so you can download this and you can follow along while you're listening, or you can check it out. But if you are watching on YouTube, we're going to go through some of these pages right now. Now, this came out in the late 1990s, early 2000s, and I picked this issue. I have several issues of this Champions of the Galaxy Next Generation, but I picked this issue. This is the June 2000 issue, Volume 1, issue number 4 of this Next Generation, because it's kind of an interesting issue of this magazine. On the cover, we have a picture of Crow, which was one of the most popular bootlegs that was released. I remember when I first started in Champions of the Galaxy, everyone was talking about this bootleg Crow. Everyone was totally into it. And right on the front, it says Crow, Quest for the King of the Independents. So Crow was really looking to be the king of the Independents. And as we open it up, I wanted to take a quick little look at who this was by. This was by Eric K. Eric, I'm so sorry if I pronounce your name wrong, which I'm sure I will. Eric Konecki. I don't know if that's right, but this is the same Eric that is behind Go Fight POW. So if you are a fan of the Go Fight POW game, this is the same Eric. And let me tell you, looking through this today to scan these pages and talk about them, this had to have been an undertaking. This was, a heck of a thing to put together. I mean, at Christmas time, if you were on my mailing list, you got sort of like my recap of my Champions of the Galaxy Fed. That was, it's basically one piece of paper, 4 pages. This was several pages, and it's nicely laid out. It's really, really great. You used to have to subscribe to it, and it was $16 for 12 issues. So that is pretty amazing, and, it's just fantastic. Now, I blocked out Eric's address on here because I didn't know if he wanted it to be part of this thing. And you can see there's a little blurb here that says this newsletter and the characters described within have been created with the permission of the Filsinger Games Company and are based on the gaming system for and ideas derived from Champions of the Galaxy wrestling game. So let's take a look at it. Now, this first thing is we have a from the editor, which is from Eric, and I don't have issues 1 through 3, so I don't know what they're like, but in this issue, one of the things that I think makes this important is this is the issue that Eric took over this entire newsletter. And so he does like a letter from the editor where he talks about taking this over from Christian. Now, I don't know if that's Christian McLeod. I don't know who that Christian is, but Eric talks about how he's taking over the letter. And if you look at these pages in the PDF or on the screen right now, they're just super well laid out. And what I love about this is where the GWF promoter was all about official sets and had news stories about official things, this was all about bootlegs. So you have all this wonderful writing about bootlegs and talking about different bootleg sets and different bootleg federations. Eric talks a little bit about his fed in this opening thing. And these are, as I said, they're all bootlegs. And as we move on here, like you have something like Next Generation presents 20 questions. So this is where they're asking questions of these bootleg wrestlers, and it's really great. It really builds the world, and it's a lot of fun. And they're asking Samuel about other wrestlers and about other bootlegs and things like that. It's really great. Mark Vander Zanden has like sort of a review on the SWA Invasion set, which is really great. Raza was a very big, popular bootleg at the time, and I think these newsletters came with a free bootleg card, if I'm not mistaken. I'm pretty sure they did. Because also in this one, it talks about how the Raza card, the special edition card that comes with this, is not ready yet, and it's going to be soon. So anyway, and then there's a couple notices to promoters, and then we turn to the next page, and this is I love this. This is really great. Varsity was a bootleg character who became an official Champions of the Galaxy character. So there's a whole article here that is about Varsity signing with the GWF, and did he sell out? And I just think it's really great. I think it's a lot of fun to build that world, and really building on that entire, kind of mythos of Champions of the Galaxy. And then, of course, as Jay Sanudo in the chat is mentioning, the rankings, there are singles rankings and tag team rankings. Raza was the Next Generation Internet Champion in this issue. And as Jay Sanudo is saying, Raza was a Taz knockoff. And then the number one tag team. Well, let's go through the singles rankings here, at least for the top 5. We have Raza, we have Y2K, which is another name you heard a lot. We have Crow, and we have Samuel, and we have Derek Barron were the top 5. Varsity came in at number 6 there before this. And there's some note in here about how this is Varsity's last time being ranked, because he's sold out. He didn't sell out, but he joined the GWF. And then there's the tag team rankings, and the top 5 were Bad Dog, the Headhunters, Stud Incorporated, Outcasts, and Ultra Virus. So very, very cool. A lot of fun. And as we look at the back page here, there's just sort of a note from Eric that says, hey, we want to do classified. So if you have bootlegs or if you have other things, you can send them in. This Next Generation newsletter was really great, and really just for a fan-created thing, it was on the level with GWF Promoter. I mean, it was the same number of pages, it had the same sort of things, but totally fan-created, and it really just shows the love and the care that Eric put into it, and it's really great. Yeah, and it shows to me that Eric is, Go Fight Pow is such a success, and you look at this and you go, yeah, this guy has a lot of drive. So if you have issues of these, get them out. I would love to see issues 1 through 3. I don't have them. I think I have all the rest of them, and it continued on for about a year or so after this June 2000 issue was put out, because I know there's a September 11th kind of, memorial issue and stuff like that. So I love this. Champions of the Galaxy Next Generation, a great blast from the past. Over 20 years old are these magazines, and it's really great. Again, if you want to check this out, I will put a PDF of this in the show notes after the show is posted. I'll put a PDF link up in the YouTube too. I'm just not posting it right now because I'm in the middle of the show, but I will get that up tonight. So that's just kind of what I wanted to talk about tonight. I thought it was fun to take a look back at this Champions of the Galaxy Next Generation. Moving on to the match of the night. It is time for the match of the night, ladies and gentlemen. If you remember last week, Encubus upset his father, Thantos, to win the championship, the Filsinger Games Fan Podcast championship. And so I put out the call for the next opponent. Who should fight Encubus? We had 3 suggestions. We had Bobby Eaton, Promoter Prime, Viper, and Wolf. Now, nobody got 2 votes, so I put them into the randomizer. I randomized them all up, and the winner, and who will now face Encubus for the title right now, is Wolf. And I used Wolf's card from the Best of the Champions of the Galaxy set. So we'll roll for initiative here. Encubus, the defending champion. There are no countouts. There are no disqualifications. Rolling for initiative. Encubus gets an 11. Wolf gets a 7. So Encubus will start things off here with a right jab, which is a level 1 move. Dazed 1 that just sort of dazes Wolf there. Another right jab just hits him again. Dazed 1 again. Does no damage to Wolf. He's shaking it off. An eye rake now. Fighting dirty. Wolf, not taking it, reverses it on level 2 and hits a running clothesline for 3. A big down move, down 3. Oh no, Encubus already in trouble. Wolf hits leader of the pack, which is a down 3 move. Down 3 again for Encubus. Not the place he wants to be. Another leader of the pack here, and down 3, leave the ring. Encubus will leave the ring. He rolls out of the ring. Wolf comes out of the ring to attack him, and a wild brawl erupts. The wrestler with the better ring rating wins, and the ring rating, they have even ring ratings, so that means Wolf will win and roll on level 3 offense. Savage Face Claw. He locks the Savage Face Claw in. We're going to roll the submission here. The target will be a 5 because the Savage Face Claw is the +3, and the roll is a 9. So Encubus is able to get out of the Savage Face Claw, but Wolf doing some damage here. Wolf hits a pile driver for 3. Encubus hurt 2. Wolf rolling again on level 2, hits a running clothesline for 3. Hurt 2. Wolf still a House of Fire here, hits an atomic knee drop, level 2 move, hurt 2 on Encubus. Wolf hits a Wolf Skull Crusher 3, add 1. So Encubus getting another fatigue token added to him, and we will roll on level 3 defense for Encubus. Hurt 2. Wolf is continuing, hits the slicing heel kick choice C. So looking at choice C, the moonsault will work on agility, which Encubus has a pretty amazing agility. So I think we're going to go with the kick to the knee, which is a 7 plus or minus the power rating, which Encubus's power is 0, so we need a 7 or less for this to work. The roll is a 6, so it does work. Encubus rolls on level 2. Encubus now reversing on level 2. The champ is coming back. Hits the Satanic Skull Smasher for 3. Hurt 2 on Wolf. Doesn't do that much damage to Wolf. Hits the Force of Darkness. 3. Hurt 2 again. Encubus can't seem to get Wolf down. Falling Head Ram 2. Wolf now reversing it on level 2. What a match, ladies and gentlemen. Hits the Wolf Skull Crusher again. Add 1, so another fatigue token. Encubus now at 3 fatigue, rolling on level 3 defense. Down 3, not where he wants to be. Leader of the pack, 3. And hurt 2. Wolf rolling on level 2 offense. Hits a choice A. So we can either throw him into the ropes. Encubus has an A. Or a belly-to-belly suplex, which works on a roll of 8 or less, plus or minus power. Encubus's power is 0, so we will go with this. And we will work, it'll work on an 8 or less. The roll is an 8. He just barely makes it. Encubus rolls on level 2 defense. Dazed 1. So that doesn't really affect him all that much. Arm drag 1. Incubus now reverses it on level 2. Coming back, hits the Satanic Skull Smasher again on Wolf. Down 3. Wolf is down. All right. Incubus Crucifix 3. Hurt 2. Wolf not going to lay down that easily. Force of Darkness 3. Really just hammering Wolf now. Wolf throws down 3, leave the ring. Of course, Wolf will leave the ring, but in order to meet the referee's count, Wolf crawls helplessly back in the ring. Incubus will roll on level 3 offense. Leg sweep kick choice H. So this will be either a death jump, which Wolf has an A, or a flying elbow drop, which will work on a 4 or less. So I guess we're going to try the death jump here. Because getting a 4. Encubus climbs to the top, but Wolf recovers and a big struggle takes place. Whoever has the better agility rating will win this struggle. That is Wolf. Wolf throws Encubus to the mat and will roll on level 3 offense. Out of the ring, throws Encubus out of the ring, and Encubus now is crawling helplessly back into the ring to beat the referee's count. Wolf rolls level 3 offense again and throws him out of the ring again. And the opponent comes out of the ring to attack you in a wild brawl erupts. The wrestler with the better ring rating, they are evenly matched, rolls on level 3 offense. So that is Wolf. Wolf rolls on level 3 offense. Leader of the pack, 3. Down 3 for Incubus. Death jump. Wolf goes up to the top for a big death jump. The opponent climbs to the top, but Incubus recovers, climbs to the top, throws him off the turnbuckle and into the ring, and now Incubus is rolling on level 3 offense. What a match here. The Maffey Master Lock. Locks in the Maffey Master Lock, rolling the pin. The target is a 1, the roll a 3. So very close there, but Wolf gets 1 fatigue as Incubus continues. He keeps the Master Lock locked in there, so the target now will be 2. And the roll is a 7, so Wolf gets another fatigue token, but Encubus rolls again and does the choice H again, which will be the death jump. That's what he will go for. Could be a big mistake here. The opponent climbs to the top, but Wolf covers and climbs up and a struggle takes place. The better agility wins. That's Wolf. Throws Encubus into the ring, rolls on level 3 offense, then throws him out of the ring. That's right. And Wolf comes out of the ring and tries to hit Encubus with a steel chair. This is wild. There's no disqualifications in this match. It is a Titan death match. If there's no disqualification, Wolf throws him back into the ring, rolls on level 3 offense, and hits a pile driver for 3. Hurt 2. Wow, this is really a match. Throws Encubus into the turnbuckle, and Encubus bounces forward and catches Wolf with a skull-splitting lariat. He goes down hard and will roll on level 3 defense. Hurt 2. Encubus rolling on level 2. Falling head ram 2. Wolf reversing that on level 1. And gets a bite to the forehead, trying to bite that skull right off of Encubus's forehead. But Encubus reverses it on level 2. Neck drop 2, choice C. So the moonsault would work on a 3 or less. That's not really going to work for Encubus. He is going to go for the kick to the knee, which will work on a 6 or less. Neither of these are in a great position to be. The roll is a 12, so it does not work. Wolf rolls on level 2 offense with an atomic knee drop 2. Encubus now reverses that on level 2. What a match. Force of Darkness 3. Wolf rolling on level 3 defense. He is down 3. Can Encubus capitalize? Second coming +1. Rolling Wolf's pin. The target is a 4. The roll is a 9. So Wolf kicks out. He is now at 3 fatigue as Encubus rolls on level 3 offense. The Game Master DDT 0. He's throwing everything at Wolf. The target is 4. The roll is 8. Wolf kicks out again, now at 4 fatigue. Oh my gosh, how much more punishment can Wolf take? Encubus rolls choice H again. This is going to be the death jump. He is going to go up and try the death jump. What a match. The opponent comes off the top rope with an awesome cross body block, but you counter with a specialty move. It's up to you. So let's just say he grabs Encubus in the savage face claw as Encubus is jumping off the top rope. Encubus now is rolling his pin. The target is 5. The roll is 10. So Encubus able to kick out. What a reversal, ladies and gentlemen. Encubus now at 4 fatigue. Wolf rolling on level 3, rolls death jump, climbs up to the top. And now it's reversed the other way. The opponent comes off the top rope with an awesome cross body block, but you counter with a specialty move. Wolf now rolling his pin. What a great back and forth. The target is 5. The roll is an 11. So Wolf able to kick out again, now at 5 fatigue. Can Encubus capitalize? He hits the second coming. Oh, could this be it? The target is 7. The roll is 12. No, a huge kick out from Wolf. Oh, Encubus is just frustrated and upset about this whole thing. He rolls the Encubus crucifix, and Wolf is rolling his pin. Here we go. The target is a 7. The roll is a 5. Ladies and gentlemen, your winner by submission, the champion retains. Encubus is the winner. He hangs on to the belt. What a match, ladies and gentlemen. There you have it. Who should Encubus fight next? You let me know in the comments. Post it on the YouTube video and let me know. All right, moving on to the question of the show. What a match. That was exciting. I need a drink of water after that. All right, so the question of the show last week was, what was your favorite reveal from the 2021 Perennial that happened last weekend? And we had a lot of great answers. So let's check out what people had to say. Mark says, the 80s Promoter Prime guys. I'm also hoping for the adorable one sooner than later. I'm right there with you, Mark. Joe says, my favorite reveal was Joshua Bishop and the IWTV set announcement. Dave Little says, I'm stoked for the Thez and Vintage set. Thanks as always for the podcast. Thank you, Dave. Thanks for listening. Derek says, my favorite reveal from the Perennial was Legends Expansion 7, and also that the Legends Promoter Prime will feature wrestlers connected to Expansion 6. ScottyBoy9999 says, my favorite reveal has to be Mr. Galaxy, and to know that the next reimagined set is coming. And Mark said the reveal of Frank Gotch. So super excited for those. Thank you all. Shane says FTR Suspects with handbooks for Promoter Prime, a close second. Yeah, I love that they're going to do handbooks for Promoter Prime. I think very much needed because I love use that indispensable, that online version of the handbook was indispensable for my Tournament of Legends. And Keith Simmons says, very excited for Frank Gotch. The IWTV reveal is great, and Mr. Galaxy's art looks terrific. So there you go. All right, so question of the show for this week, and this is because I'm working on a little video about this. What are the top 5 official special matches that you use in your Fed? Answer in the YouTube comments or in the post for the podcast. What are the top 5 official special matches you use in your Fed? I'm excited to see what the answer is. Well, elsewhere on the channel here we have a Tournament of Legends night number 8. I played that out a few days ago. I also tried a new video where I played Modern Mania Wrestling, just to kind of vary the wrestling games on the channel. So if you haven't watched that, check it out and let me know. And then, of course, ladies and gentlemen, tomorrow at 1 p.m. Pacific, 4 p.m. Eastern Time is the Legends pay-per-view, the Tournament of Legends pay-per-view that is happening right here on this channel. It is the first ever Filsinger Games pay-per-view, and I'm super excited to have it go down tomorrow. The Tournament of Legends, an epic battle played out online to determine who the best Legends of Wrestling wrestler of all time is. Up to now, we've seen legends from every major Filsinger Games Legends of Wrestling release, except for one. The George Tragos Luthez Professional Wrestling Hall of Fame 2020 Game Edition. Presenting the first ever Filsinger Games Online pay-per-view, featuring a 10-man single elimination tournament with the wrestlers from the Tragos Luthez Hall of Fame set. Live Saturday, January 30th, 2021 at 1 p.m. Pacific, 4 p.m. Eastern Time. To get access to the pay-per-view, follow these simple steps. 1. Visit nwhof.org/support and make a donation of any amount to the Hall of Fame. Be sure to designate it to Waterloo. 2. Forward your donation confirmation email to grant@throwingtoasters.com. 3. Within 24 hours, you will receive a link to watch the pay-per-view live on January 30th or check out the replay anytime after it airs. Spend an afternoon watching the Legends of Wrestling, battling it out, and support a very good cause in the meantime. The Tournament of Legends pay-per-view to support the Tragos Luthez Professional Wrestling Hall of Fame. Don't miss it. This event is fan-created and not associated with the Hall of Fame. All right, super excited for the pay-per-view tomorrow. Thank you to those who've donated. We've done about like over $50 for the Hall of Fame, so it's really, really awesome. And you know what? That is going to do it for this episode of the podcast. Hey, did you know that there is now an audio version of this podcast? It's available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts. Just search for Filsinger Games in your favorite audio store, and it should pop right up. If you have a topic you'd like me to cover on the show, leave it in the comments. Make sure to subscribe or follow, whether you're watching on YouTube or Twitch, and follow GWF Promoter on social media at GWF Promoter. You can check out my personal feds at gwfpromoter.com and lowpromoter.com. The theme song that you're listening to right now is American Guy by Throwing Toasters, used by permission, and available on Apple Music, Spotify, and anywhere you get your music. This podcast is not affiliated in any way with Filsinger Games or its subsidiaries. It's purely for entertainment purposes. This episode is copyright 2021 Saturday Morning Media. Talk to you next time, everybody. And a huge shout out to James Lawrence, Jason Udo, Jeffrey Melton, and Salvador America, and anybody else who was watching live as we recorded this on YouTube. It is much appreciated, and I'm so glad to have you guys along. Have a great weekend. See you tomorrow for the pay-per-view.
And every day I pledge allegiance to God and country.